Silksong! Silksong! How's it going, Skong gang? My name is Milkman Primacon. The Judgment Day is nearing us. The Game Awards! For once, I'm excited for the Game Awards because this time, we don't have to sit there in anticipation if Silksong is gonna show up or not. We just have to sit there in anticipation if it's gonna win awards or not. I saw on Twitter, Jeff Keighley tweeted the nominees. Could you imagine if it didn't even get nominated? Oh my god. Jeff Keighley would be my next victim. Speaking of victims, you guys should subscribe to Primacon. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, initially, this was gonna be a very different video. I was gonna sit here and yap in the camera with you guys and vote for all the different categories for Game Awards. Best Indie, Best Score, Game of the Year, all that good stuff. I can't do that. You know why? Because the fucking website doesn't work. If you try to go to the Game Awards website right now, it just wouldn't load. And I've been trying for 30 fucking minutes and I want to get a fucking video out. It takes like 10 years to load any link, and then even if you cast one vote, it just doesn't load the next category. It's all a bunch of bullshit. So I just want to talk about the main thing that I wanted to talk about, which is this cast of nominations. I think it's absolutely incredible. First of all, Hollow Knight Silksong, our boy, our GOAT, got nominated. Huge W to Team Cherry. Glad Silksong is living up to the hype and it's like ballooning into as big of a phenomena as you and I, the massive crazed fans, thought it was gonna be. A part of me was afraid that we were overestimating the reach of Hollow Knight Silksong, that maybe we were the fucking crazy ones, but turns out we were not. Hollow Knight Silksong stands right there next to some absolutely banger games. Hades 2, another indie game. Expedition 33, a AA game. I feel like this year's nomination cast is absolutely goated. It's not full of AAA slop. It's not infested with DLCs. Looking at you, Shadow of the fucking Erd Tree. And looking at the games that came out this year, honestly, I think all of these games deserve to be here. The only one I'm the least hyped about is Death Stranding 2. It's a great game, I'm sure. Another AAA fucking masterpiece. Yeah, it improves upon the first game, especially in gameplay, yada yada yada. It's Hideo Kojima. We know how much Jeff Keighley loves to suck that guy off. This just had to be here, no matter what. So I don't really have a lot of thoughts about this. Maybe you think it deserves it, maybe you don't. But other than that, all of these games, especially like Donkey Kong Bonanza 2, while I fucking hate Nintendo, I don't agree with the price point of this game. I can't deny that Donkey Kong Bonanza is one of the most fun 3D platformers ever made. The whole terrain manipulation thing they added is a lot of fun. People love that shit. I know friends who have spent hundreds of hours playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. Great game. Same with Kingdom Coming twice. Kingdom came once so good, they made it come again. And come again it did very, very strongly. People love this game. Very creative, great RPG. Doesn't try to appeal to everyone, you know? It's not a game for everyone, which is why it's a game for someone. But it's these three top dogs I want to talk about. Silksong, Hades 2, and Expedition 33. I would put them in my top 3, even though I have not played Expedition 33. I know a lot about it. I've watched some YouTubers play it. Its soundtrack is absolutely fucking goated. Oh my god, it's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. Sorry, Chris Larkin. I mean, you cooked with Silksong. That Wide World theme, gives me goosebumps every day. But Expedition 33, man, music is just another level. The reason I never played it is because I'm so reluctant to try out a turn-based combat game because I just don't like turn-based combat. And people have been telling me that, no, I'm gonna love it regardless. I don't know. Hades 2 I played a lot. Hades 2 again, great game. And maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe I'm not in the bubble that much, but this game has a lot less hype surrounding it than Hades 1 did. At least that's how I feel the internet culture is outside the core Hades 2 community. Now, obviously, my vote goes to Silksong. I am a big fanboy. I love Silksong. I think it's great. I think it's better than I imagined it was gonna be. Yeah, the game has some flaws. Very, very minor flaws. Again, every game will have those. Nothing is perfect out there. Unless you're Resident Evil 4, then you're literally perfect.
No way, Leon.
Way.
But let me rip the band-aid off and tell you the truth. I don't think Silksong will win.
Don't you ever say that again!
I think they will give it to Expedition 33. I'm just saying, I have a feeling that Silksong won't win because this game has so much hype built around it, and I think that hype is way more than Silksong. Another reason being, Silksong is, after all, a sequel. Just like Kingdom Come 2, just like Hades 2, just like Death Stranding 2, these are all sequels. Expedition 33 is an original concept. Despite the fact that they could have easily priced this at $60 or $70 or $80 as games are going as high as these days, they decided to price this bad boy at $50, which, just like Hollow Knight Silksong at $20, I feel like is the perfect price for a game like that. Because there's a lot of people who worked on this game, a lot of great voice actors they got, a lot of great musicians they got. $50 I feel like is such a fair price. And even though personally, yes, my vote goes to Silksong, I think Expedition 33 is the game that's gonna win it. Now there's also a indie category, Game of the Year, independent game. If Silksong doesn't win that, then it's you and I versus Jeff Keighley's balls. Because by God, Silksong deserves Indie Game of the Year. Another big category Silksong's nominated for is Best Score in Music, but again, I'm sorry, Chris Larkin. He did a great job, but I don't think anyone has shit on Expedition 33 in that category. It's gonna steal the show. I don't think that's a debate, to be honest. I mean, they had those guys fucking perform in orchestra at Gamescom. Was it Gamescom? Summer Game Fest? I don't know, one of the Jeff Keighley shows. But some of you might have this question in your head, why didn't categorize Expedition 33 as an indie game, right? Let's address the big elephant in the room. I don't think that's fair. Game Awards has put Expedition 33 in the best debut indie game category, next to these games like Blueprints, fucking Dispatch, Megabong, all these great low-budget games. Competing with Expedition 33, I feel like that is so unfair. The budget Expedition 33 has is like more than all these games combined. I don't just see how these are in the same category, and it would be so sad if this game beats something like Dispatch or Megabong, which I feel were great indie games that debuted this year, or even Blueprints. Even though I'm not into puzzle games, Blueprints was a really unique puzzle game. It's like a puzzle roguelike. Such a fucking fun concept. Putting all of that against Expedition 33, even though I've been sucking this game's dick this whole video, I don't think that's fair. I don't care what anyone says. This shouldn't be here. In fact, the team that made Expedition 33, they hired like 30 plus people outside their own studio just to help out with the development of the game. It's not indie. The word for these kind of games is AA. Because look, the confusion is so weird, right? Because they also put it in the best indie game category right here, Expedition 33 and Silksong. Let's say this wins Game of the Year, but then Silksong wins best indie game of the year. So you mean Silksong is better than Expedition 33, or is Expedition 33 better than Silksong? Because if both of these games are winning in Game of the Year and Indie Game of the Year category, then it just makes no sense how one beats the other in one category but loses to it in another. And I know I'm playing under the assumption that Silksong will win. It fucking will. Mark my words. If it doesn't, I sacrifice an orphan right now on video. It just sours the competition and taste when you clump this game in all these other categories, you know? I'm really curious to see what you guys think about it. I know there's gonna be big defenders of this in comments. I mean, this game is huge, but like I said, I praise it a lot. I think it's great. I just don't think this is fair. And frankly, yeah, you could call me a hypocrite and say that Silksong also has $1 million plus budget behind it because Team Cherry got fucking loaded after selling Hollow Knight, and that's a very fair point. It's just this weird obscure line that you have to draw between what can be considered indie versus not. Is it the team size? Is it how many people they hired to work on it? Is it the budgets they have? I mean, same with Hades too, right? Supergiant Games, they made a fuckload of money selling Hades. I don't know. I just like to say it out there as food for thought for people to discuss and yap about and call me a fucking idiot. Again, if you're wondering why I'm not voting in these categories, because the website is broken. It doesn't let me vote, and every time I click one of these categories, it takes like 15 minutes to load that fucking page. So maybe we can vote tomorrow. But I guess we all can agree that at the end of the day, Silksong deserves to win the Best Esports Team Award. Thank you.